David, welcome back behind the velvet rope. Let's just get right into it today because we are here with Sarah Fraser.
David Yontef, how are you?
I mean, the world has been rocked of podcasts because somebody has a new podcast.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't wait to hear all your thoughts on this. All of them.
I mean, Bethenny doesn't do anything quietly, does she?
Apparently she was already trending. I did not run to the to browse the Apple podcast top charts, but apparently she's already trending and hasn't even released the first episode.
I think she put up like an announcement or the trailer. So right, like, or a teaser. So right, she was #1 in TV and film, number 31 as of the recording of this overall. You know, I love numbers and ratings. Man, lots of people had reactions. Oh, I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
God, I have nothing good to say.
I have nothing good to say. Why don't you go first? I mean, I had the same reaction. Carole did, Luann did, the reaction. Oh, and can I just tell you?
What? Tell me. I just have nothing good. I'm trying to decide how negative to go. Go on.
Well, I got calls, texts. I had conversations from so many of my Bravoleb friends regarding this. And not one of them had anything good to say either. Yeah. And I mean, when I say Bravoleb friends, I don't mean RHONY. I mean across different housewife franchises, Bravoleb that are not housewives. I literally had my phone was ringing off the hook with Bravoleb and not one had anything good to say to me about the new announcement.
So first of all, before we I totally trash it, ReWives is apparently going to be deeper than Two Teas in a Pod. Now look, here's the I'm going to just say it, okay? Whether it was Teresa's podcast, now it's Bethenny's, I'm sure many more to come. The only reason any of them are doing this is because of the excess of Two Teas in a Pod, 100%. Two Teas in a Pod has dominated the charts, has dominated getting interviews of other Bravo people. It's taken way off. More than, Jeff Lewis has a Sirius XM show, Heather McDonald, some of these other people, but they are more, I think, of the people than they are of the industry. Two Teas has been of the industry, so they get a lot of, and of the industry means that you are not going to bash celebrities because you are celebrity reliant on your show. Okay. You're not going to give your
although there is a way to do both because I bash and yet I still get these interviews, but I do
too for TLC because I'm obsessed with TLC shows. I have all the 90-day people. I love them. I try to be a viewer and also realize we are getting a edit from them that is not in their control, so we are of course getting that 4 minutes of their day where they lose it or they're having an interaction with their child that's not good or they're fighting or something. So I try to be understanding.
It's a fine line. It's a fine line. Yes. I mean, look, a lot of people don't like Two Teas because they think that Melon Ball just talks about, her, like she's biased in the fact that she's friends with these people. So a lot of people don't like that. But look, it's a fine line. The whole issue, I guess I have is like, and it is going to be different, but it's How?
But that's my question because she says it's going to be more in depth behind the scenes. She says her fiance, Paul, it was his idea. He said, you're the Tom Brady of housewives. You should be breaking down all this. You should be breaking down what goes into a scene, what they might have been coached by the producers. You should talk about
that's what she's right. That's what she's going to do. And so, first of all, I mean, I got the impression like a lot of well, I guess let's just start at the beginning.
Yes, go on.
Why are you doing this? Now, it's a new podcast, so you and I both know how this works. You're not given like $1 million from iHeartRadio to do episode 1. So it's not like, I mean, if you want $2 million, you can have $2 million. You can go on Legacy Reboot. So you're not doing this for like the money. I mean, so why right? The money today is not great. Here's your deal. Why is she doing this? That's what the Bravo celebrities were calling me about. And they're like, is this to spite everyone? Is it to say fuck you to the network? That's my first thing. Why is she doing this? My second thing is, I mean, can't you just do it? In one press release, in your official kickoff video, statement, article, interview, you have to do this in a way that now puts down and puts you here. I mean, are you having PTSD about this scene with Kelly Ben-Simone? I mean, she's has to put herself here in the statement and say this, it won't be like this podcast. It won't be like, and she basically trashes 2T's and Melissa Gorga and Teresa and every other housewife with an actual podcast is now subpart of her in this statement. It's like, girl, way to enter the game and make enemies. Like, why do you have to put yourself up there when you are supposedly women supporting women? I'm not criticizing. I'm just giving you so I thought that was an interesting way to break into it. And her take is, because I looked at it, like I just had Jerry Springer on again this week. He was one of my guests. He's on her podcast. She's doing it with, so it's not going to be like 2T's. 2T's gets into it and they're like, it's not going to be like Kelly and Rick. Like last night on the OC, she's not doing that. She's not watching the shows currently. She's taking classic scenes. So it's episode 1, table flip. Episode 2, Scary Island. Episode 3, Nene saying, Sheree saying, who gonna check me, boo? She's taking these classic moments from all the franchises and saying to Jerry Springer, your assignment is to watch the table flip. So Jerry watches it. He's never watched Housewives. Well, who is that manzo woman in the back? Like, so it's like, that's the take. It's a celebrity that either watches it as a super fan or has never watched. And she says they're going to break down relationships and finances and family. Like, here we go, having to make it some highbrow. Girl, it ain't highbrow, okay? It ain't highbrow. Like, so there's so many things I have to say about it different. Why? Let's go back to why. 2, way to insult everyone. And 3, like, I mean, is this going to work? I mean, does anyone want to hear about, well, I am Bethenny and I am here with, Susie Orman, and the finance of this scene is that, Gina Kirschenheiter is worth less money than Heather Dubrow. So Gina is the desperate one in this scene because she needs her $300,000 and Heather Dubrow is worth $55 million now that she sold her house. So the economics of this scene are not appropriate. I mean, does anyone give a fuck?
I don't know. Does Bethenny, I guess Bethenny still has just ride or die loyal fans, right? I guess it's obviously number one. So hundreds of thousands of people have listened. So look, the only part I disagree with you on is I do think it's about money, right now. Oh yeah. I mean, look, Wendy Williams put out a picture. I mean, it looks like Wendy is going to drop her podcast. Podcasting is so hot right now. If you can believe it, you and I have been doing this a long time, right? I mean, I'm so aged, I'm so jaded about this business already, and podcasts have been around for